Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mancillon. I'm an artist and a spiritualist. I'm going to discuss spiritual philosophy, transcendental psychology. For those who do not believe in eternal life, or who are multidimensional reality of beings and things, or do not believe that life can exist outside of the earth, those videos may not be for you. There are millions of other videos, millions of other subjects to discuss. But for me, life is multidimensional. There is only one life that is eternal. And we are interdimensional beings, huh? And life, the whole universe is teeming with life. It is like the zoo theory, where we're not advanced enough really to have made officially that first contact yet with advanced civilization, yet they're all around us, and we'll soon discover them. So it is important to stay hopeful, to keep hope and faith are very essential in those times, because they're really trying to do everything they can to take away the hopes and the fear. So it's about stop looking back at the fearful past, to imagine it was a fiction. Not that love was real, the connections were real, the growth was real, the spiritual realization was real, but all the drama associated with all that disappeared. And when something disappeared, it is as if it's never been. So stop looking back at about the fears of the future, or projecting fears of the past, and stop projecting fears in the future. There was a philosopher named René Descartes. He explains that. I'm not Cartesian all that much, but the senses are liars. The senses lie. The five senses, for the main reality we're experiencing in this physical realm, I experience through our senses. They're very useful. They're like children. They don't have access to wisdom just yet, and so we have to continue to at some point to tune off the senses, to turn them within towards the light of the soul, and to work through the intuition and imagination. It is important to draw on the information from the heart, from the intuition, and there was another philosopher named Immanuel Kant in the Critique of the Pure Reason. He explains that all is given through the intuition, and then the mind's related to something that is coherent within our reality. So those are philosophical ideas that have been discussed in the past. But so it's very much about taking the time to utilize our imagination and intuition as much as we can, to stay calm at 0 point in the alpha state of beings, and not to get too agitated. And for understanding, we belong to God, and God follows us everywhere. We only belong to God and Source Creator, and He follows us everywhere. No matter where we go, God is there sometimes, but we can't always see that God is there. Eventually we'll be able to, God is tracking us, keeping an eye on us everywhere, but we have to eventually to see that, to feel that presence. Repeat to yourself, I am God's vision and God's ear. I am God's self-unfolding and God's own. So it is very powerful to realize, to remember. And so it's very important to stay hopeful, to keep your faith strong, and to continue to fight against all the tyrannies, those vampires of energies, in a way in a way that is peaceful and that's calm. But we need to find a way to regain the control of this planet. It is very important. For the dominoes that we're waiting for this big event, the dominoes have been aligned. It's going to be one domino that's going to make fall many other dominoes, and we're expecting that eagerly. I'm going to pull a few cards. I'll let you interpret it intuitively. The past is liberation. The present is potentiality. And the future is the light. So we're moving into the sphere of light. What we're working on now is the rewards. And what will come will be rest. We're going to be able to rest, to be happy about, to bring back all those things that we need to bring back to return to natural life. And so always turn to the One, use the power of the One, and the Supreme Creator. We cannot be separated from the One, and we can never be separated from the people we love. It is only on this physical plane that we can be separated, but in the eternal light of the eternal light of truth, we'll see all the people that we love that departed. We'll see them again. And so understanding thoughts and emotions are fourth-dimensional construct, and then the senses are the manifested reality would be the third-dimensional perception of the senses. So we have to realize that which is real and what is illusions created by the mind. For God, the reality starts on the soul level, fifth dimension and above, where there is a fifth dimension is about joy, eternal love, freedom, abundance, and access to all information. We'll return to that connection at 0 point, and very soon we're getting more and more. And so it's, because the sincerity and integrity of the light working community has been proven, we've been tested, and it's been proven. So we want to let go of the dramas created by the lower mind and reinforced by the astral entities. I'm still getting fooled, sometimes attacked on so many levels. Couldn't sleep till 5 o'clock this morning, and so it is a process. We have to because the angels are always there, but it's very difficult. They're very high beings, and for most people they don't have they don't have contact with them. They don't have a single clue. But working with their guardian angels. Yet all those beings have been highly trained in the understanding of what human life is about, and they have great understanding of the ups and downs and the difficulty. For the difficulties of life, the earth is not responsible for the difficulties of life. It is humanity that have created that. And sometimes I feel that suffering, from a spirit point of view, spirit is like completely indifferent to physical or emotional pain. They see it as a great tool for growth and evolution, yet we want to get rid of it. We want to evacuate it to move into a state of joy. And there was this phrase that I thought was interesting. I read many years ago. I'm not even sure where it was, maybe in the Urantia book. It's called that God's greatest affliction is that he has never been afflicted. For God, there is this part of us that can never be afflicted by any experiences of the earth's plane. So it is to tune into that part, to remember this part exists, to be and to eventually to remove everything else. The highest wisdom is why. We do want to understand the ins and outs, and we're kind of like, we really want to move for knowledge is power, and from like George Orwell, ignorance is power, war is peace, and slavery is freedom. And so it's like we want to think for ourselves, not to allow all those tyrannical forces to impose their vision on us, to regain our sovereign self. And what we need to understand is in between worlds. It's like we're still like in this transition period, so just relax and allow to allow the time to the energies of time to the experiences to utilize every day, every moment, every breath to move back into consciousness. What we need to do is the treasure island, to dig in the treasures, realize you are the treasure, to exist in the heart of God, to dig in those treasures from within. And the outcome is a new life that is coming. And sometimes it's like we've seen it, we feel it, but we really want to turn the page, which will happen eventually. I want to talk about the creator gave a command, an instruction to a group of beings called the Arcturians. I've been working for decades with them on many levels, but it's still the work is going to become a lot more deep, because the creator has asked the Arcturian to share their light technology with humanity. The idea is to understand technology is really what makes life good in some sense, but the light technology comes from the soul and the creator. It assists the ascension. It is very different than the technology we use. So to feel the relationship of a technology, if it's heavy or if it's light, is it... and just be open to receive it, whatever you receive. Then you can anchor it into the earth, whatever you receive on whichever level. Then some people will be called, probably myself included, to manifest, to make those technology available to humanities. And which points those who are called to work on the manifestations of those technologies will be assisted by Arcturians, because those beings are ready to descend from the light realm into the physical form and land their ships, and so they will be taken more seriously. It is just a matter of readiness on our sides. But we may be able to establish some very deep programs a little bit in a discreet way, so that to make those physical contact. Yet the telepathic contact, we have to open first the telepathic contact with them. And question, it's necessary to question, are they coming from light and love? In this process, you'll see that if you connect to the Arcturian, you will see that it is love and light that you receive. It is nothing else. And so it is. It will unfold. We'll see how it unfolds. This process of manifesting those light technologies. There are a lot of them. See what you receive. See how you feel. There is no responsibility in bringing this to the world. But if you are called to do that, maybe an exciting project. On a little bit of humor, I wanted to say that we live in it's a very intelligent virus, this virus that everybody's talking about, because here in Brussels, they reopened, I've mentioned that, I've noted that in France too, is that they reopened the terrace so we can have drinks outside, but the virus is only 1.5 meters. If you're sitting down, it will not affect you. It's only when you stand up you have to wear a mask, because so the virus is very intelligent. It will not go down to a certain level. If you're sitting down, you're completely safe, but if you stand up, you're in danger. So what children are, they don't have to wear masks. So it's like it's very strange. It's completely absurd in reality. All those things that all the policies, even though some people are really sold to the program, they really wanna, they believe that that this absurdity has a sense. They believe whatever they believe, and. And so it's like if you don't walk too high, you're safe. Another thing that we can, so that was kind of funny. It's like we have not funny, but we have a friend that was robbed at his house more than once, and so he went to the police. And he said, "Well, we would like to. Can you assist me in finding those people? Can the scientific police come and help me?" He said, "No, all the scientific police here in Brussels are busy capturing, taking care of the COVID, and they're trying to capture it. And they're like, the Belgian police is really tracking the COVID. Is like trying to capture it or identify it. And so the Dupont are at work in Tintin, you know. So it's like they're really busy with this tracking. It's like." They still haven't been able to cut one, huh? So it's like we wonder. So it's just, but hopefully hopefully there's some events that are going to coming that's going to wash all that away. We need freedom. We need to let go of that, and we need to continue to focus on health, we focus on well-being, on joy, on celebration, on coming together. Return to a normal life, and really send light, a lot of light, so that a lot of people are like this vaccination and passport to travel. It's really draconian. It's really like they're completely insane with that. And when those people will get vaccinated, they say, well, you will get the virus. You're gonna get sick from the virus, and even most of the people that, I'm sorry to say that, but a lot of people that are dying right now are those who have get vaccinated. It is not even a real vaccine, and so it is. Everybody will have to face their responsibility, and the crimes of the pharmaceutical will be known eventually. But essentially, if you get vaccinated, you can just eliminate it, as it said, return to sender and deactivate, ask God within you to transmute all the toxicities of that. Or take baths with baking soda, go into the ocean, to cleanse you, because it will not protect you against anything. It just weakens the immune system. That's all it will do. This is my idea, my opinion. Well, I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, for your donations. It's very kind. If you want a private session, you can send me an email, and you can follow me on Instagram, where I share my paintings. And so I'm going to sing a song. It's a little bit on the same register the song that I sang yesterday. This one goes like this. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with songs and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with songs and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. songs, all the songs, but really hope and faith are very essential. Keep hope, faith, trust in yourself, trust in the process, and even if you're attacked by negative energy, you feel like all the way down, just tune in, call on your spirit, your guides, your angels, your creator. And the card of the day is the moon, and this moon is very powerful, the archangel Eniel. The opportunity to refine your project. Let yourself be guided by your intuition. Face your fear to be stronger, or your fears. So Eniel is like reminding us that we need to integrate the moon, we need to integrate our emotional nature, but not to get involved in the dramas that are being offered. I thank you very much, wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.